Kalkadosh Boker Or, Beki'im Halacha 6, day 52, Siman 160. We're starting chapter 1. This is the Siman of 160, Kuf Samech. Right? This is going to be Halacha Aleph. Okay? You have it? Yeah. Yeah. So he says like this: Maim shenishtanu marehen. Yeah, he says a water that changed its appearance. Whether it's because of an additive, whether it's from itself or because of an additive, or because of its place, natural cause, right? Doesn't matter what it is, the location. So it's going to be unfit for the mitzvah of Netilat Yadayim. Look in the footnote, natural causes. If water stood stagnating for a long time and it's turned green or red with algae, it is no longer fit for Netilat Yadayim. The Mishnah Berurah cited Acharonim, demonstrating that according to the Rambam, such water is still fit for the mitzvah. They ruled accordingly. The Shulchan Aruch states that it is unfit. Ben Ish Chai also ruled that we must follow the decision of the Shulchan Aruch. This is also the conclusion of the Halacha Brura. Okay, what about an additive? So if ink or dye mixes with water and colors it, it's unfit for the mitzvah until Yadayim. This halacha is even if the object, excluding the color, has not yet dissolved in the water. The halacha is that if the smoke discolors the water, the Bisketchua pointed out that sometimes a bit of dishwashing liquids is in use in the cups, and then it's going to be a problem then, because it changes the color because of the soap. So again, it's disqualified. Okay, what about if it's the location? Rabbeinu Manoach, he comes and he explained that if the color bed from the container of the water is colored, right, and it colored the water, it becomes red or rusty or whatever it is, the water is no longer fitting for Netilat Yadayim as well. Okay, Halacha Bet, muddy water. Okay,
so it's not good for Netilat Yadayim.
So Halacha number 2 says like this: muddy water. Muddy water is still fit for the mitzvah of Netilat Yadayim. Yeah, you with me? Yeah, despite the fact that it's not transparent. This is considered the natural color of water, since many natural bodies of water are muddy. Nevertheless, if the water is not potable, right, and even if a dog could not drink it, so then again, it's going to be unfit for the mitzvah. Okay, halacha number 3. In many locations, tap water appears foggy foggy white for a few minutes, and afterwards becomes transparent. This water is fit for the mitzvah Netilat Yadayim immediately, even before it becomes clear. It is not necessary to wait at all in order to perform the mitzvah. Okay, what about used water? So here it says, here in the footnote, he says that he consulted with an engineer, Rav Ovadia Yosef, who explained that the white fog is nothing but millions of minute air bubbles in the water due to its being pumped into the city's pipes. Once the water is released from the tap, the bubbles gradually dissipate, and the water assumes its natural transparency. Yeah, so he says, so he asked an engineer, and this is what they told him. So the Shalom ruled that the foggy water is no worse than water containing pebbles or seeds, that it's still fitting for Netilat Yadayim. Furthermore, it's not necessary to wait until the water becomes clear. This is similar to the halacha, right, that we mentioned before. Fine. Used water. Yeah? Or what about rusty tap water? Sometimes the tap water is red or brown because of the rust in the pipes. In this case as well, if the water is left standing, the pollutants will settle down at the bottom, and therefore it's going to become transparent. So according to what we just mentioned now, you could still use it for the Netilat Yadayim. Okay? What about foggy up water? In many locations, tap water appears foggy, right? We just did this one, no? Yeah, used water. So number 4. Once water has been used for some purpose, it is disqualified for the mitzvah Netilat Yadayim. Likewise, if someone soaked bread in the water, it's disqualified. If someone intended to soak bread in the container and it accidentally fell into another container, the water in the second container is likewise disqualified. The poskim debated the rule if the bread fell accidentally into a container of water when the owner had no intention of soaking it at all. If other water was available, one should refrain from using the water in which the bread is soaked in deference to the poskim who ruled that it is disqualified for the mitzvah Netilat Yadayim. If no other water is available, one may perform the mitzvah with the water, but one must not say the beracha of Netilat Yadayim during the meal. If other water becomes available, one should perform the mitzvah a second time, but he must not recite the blessing at the time either. Okay? Fine.